Yo, what's going on, guys? This post here, and we got ourselves yet another Wi-Fi battle. I'm just making sure that I was recording, because I've definitely fucked it up plenty of times. But anyways, how's it going, guys? Like I said, we got ourselves yet another Wi-Fi battle. This here is versus Mo, aka Ghostly Shadow. He used to do some streams. I haven't seen him streaming recently, but I'll leave his Twitter and his Twitch in the description so you guys can go check him out anyways in case he decides to actually stream for once. Then again, I'm notorious for being lazy too, but you know what, it's all good. So, I'm bringing the same team that I have been bringing with the lead Lycan Rock. I've got a different team since then, but I just haven't been able to find any battles that are suitable of uploading. I actually had a close one versus Doom, but I decided not to upload it because he hacks the shit out of me. But that's besides the point. I'm just bitchy for no reason. But yeah, Mo's bringing a team with pretty much everything that's broken in early Sun and Moon. Salazzle can come through late game because Salazzle is pretty quick. Of course, that Greninja can have Water Shuriken, and Water Shuriken Greninja makes my day sad. But you know what? We'll go ahead and let it rock. So, let's just go ahead, get in here. Hopefully I can work around this Greninja as we move on. I gotta get me one of those Team Skull shirts in the game. I know where to get it too. I've just been too lazy to go ahead and get it. But yeah, that is it's quite sick, to be honest. So, he doesn't really have anything that can stop me from sending up rocks. He does have that Tapu Fini which can defog, but this team does a very good job of preventing the defog as long as I play smartly around it. If I make any mistakes with it, then it can be a problem, but as long as I'm cognizant of the Tapu Fini, then I should be okay. He is going to go for the Will-O-Wisp, try and limit my Lycan Rock's effectiveness. I do have Stone Edge, so I'm going to be still doing decent damage, probably half to it. Marowak is decently bulky, but it's not really bulky enough to avoid the 2-hit KO from the Stone Edge, I believe. Yeah, that actually does a lot. That almost is a KO. Oh, that was a crit, that's why. But yeah, a normal damage still would have been about a 2-hit KO. He ended up killing off my Lycan Rock. But it did its job. It got rocks up and got a little bit of damage off on the Marowak, so that's cool too. So that way my Magnezone later in the game can start firing off Thunderbolts and do big damage. I'm going to go out to my Mimikyu right here. It's the best thing I believe I have to revenge kill him. This could be an issue though, because he might want to switch to the Tapu Fini, which is why I am going to switch to the Magnezone, predicting the Tapu Fini. However, this was a really bad play because that Marowak was low, rocks were up. He had no reason to switch out right there. All he had to do was sack the Marowak and then bring the Tapu Fini in safely. So that was just a really bad play on my end. To be honest, what I should have done was just gone to Magnezone directly because the chance of him being max speed Jolly was just very low. And I could have just locked into Flash Cannon, but then at the same time I was afraid that if I locked into Flash Cannon then Tapu Fini would come in. He decides not to go to it, however. He decides to go straight to Magnezone, or not Magnezone, Alakazam. My Alakazam answers are few and far between as well, so this model's going to be difficult to deal with. I'm just going to go to Kamala, figure that it's the best thing that I can sack out of all my remaining mods. Magnezone is still going to be useful since he has the Celesteela, so I got hit him with that Trapper. He's going to go for the Psychic, probably going to do did a little less than I thought it would actually. I thought it would be a solid 2-hit KO, but that's a solid 3-hit KO unless that's a really low roll. So that's good for my Kamala. Why didn't I U-turn? What am I doing? What? Why'd I go drips? Hello? Oh, Focus Blast. Okay. Yeah, so I predict Focus Blast. Well, I haven't played this battle in a while. So yeah, predict Focus Blast. So I go to drips. This time I'm not going to predict anything, I think. Because I got the prediction wrong and I was a little on tilt. Even though it really wasn't anything tilt-worthy, he made the right play. But I was a little on tilt from getting the Magnezone predict wrong, so I didn't want to switch Magnezone in directly. And the thing is that if my Magnezone was at full health, unless he had Earthquake, my Magnezone could take any one hit. But now that my Magnezone had to take that Shadow Bone damage, I can't switch it on a Flamethrower. Which means it's difficult for me to trap this thing. Now, if you remember the first time I said this team was supposed to have any Violet type Null, but because of where I was in the game at the time, I didn't have access to type Null, so I had to use a Komala instead. If I was the Violet type Null, this is the exact situation that I have it for. I'd be minus speed on it, I'd be able to get the slow turn on Celesteela, and either have the switch initiative, or have the ability to trap Celesteela right away. Unfortunately, my Kamala does not do that, since Kamala is naturally faster. I am minus speed, so in case they're not minus speed, I still outslow them. but most of them are minus speed anyway since they're mixed. But he's going to switch out anyways, I believe. I do just go for the U-turn. That's exactly what I do. Like I said, if he somehow was faster, I'd be able to get the safe trap with Magnezone, but if he wants to switch out like he does right there, I can just switch out, and then I can go to my Magnezone. And hopefully scare this thing out. Now, Tapu Fini is quite bulky, but why is... I hate Skype, dude. Okay, that is the most unprofessional I think I've ever been in my life. So I go for the Volt Switch right there. Should have just gone for the Thunderbolt. He has no answers for Thunderbolt at this point. I go for Volt Switch because I predict him to switch out. Thunderbolt would probably have taken him out from there based on how much the Volt Switch did, but I just made the wrong play. I didn't have a reason to go for Thunderbolt, or to not go for Thunderbolt. So I've already made two crucial misplays this game. One that made my Magnezone be at much lower HP than it should, which is crucial in killing the Celesteela. But now because I made that miscalculation, like he just gets the defog for free, and now I don't have Rocks up, and I really need Rocks up. I'm gonna try and get a Spike down to at least keep some pressure up. A lot of his team is grounded, so the Spikes should be able to at least break any potential sashes, like on the Nihilego, for example. Keep up that pressure, but I could have had Rocks and I could have had the Layer Spikes. Well, I probably wouldn't have because he would have stayed in and I would have had a taunt, and then I don't have any attack moves in the scrim, so probably wouldn't have gotten the Layer Spikes down, but I would at least had Rocks up, which is more important in my opinion. I gotta get out of there because Flamethrower is going to do a lot to my Scar Armory, so once again Kamala is just the least useful thing that I have, so we're going to go Kamala and try and deal with this thing from here. How many turns are in this game? 28. So this will be a long one. I think this Celesteela is going to sit here and be fat. So this is a 50-50 sort of situation. If he wants to protect, then I can potentially get the Magnezone in, but he's not going to do that. There's no reason for him to protect on a Kamala. What am I going to do to him? So he does make the right play in not protecting. So I'm going to go for the U-turn. I'm going to go to Salazzle because I figured that he's either going to... I didn't expect him to double seed. I just expected him to Flamethrower. But he does end up double seeding. So, and he misses. So that works out as about as good as it possibly could have for my Salazzle. Plus, even though I could have killed the Tapu Fini, it is still... It's very low at the very least. So it is in Salazzle range. So hopefully Salazzle will be able to come through. That's sort of what I'm banking this game on, that and Mimikyu. I do have the Layer Spike down, which is also helpful. I'm just going to go for the Overheat just because Stealth Steel is ridiculously bulky, and I don't think a Flamethrower would have been able to take him out. So I'm just going to go for the Overheat. I know that he's probably going to sack Tapu Fini right here, but you know what? I'm not in a position to make that play, so I just go for the Overheat. Go ahead and take out the Tapu Fini. And now the OS Frog himself, Greninja, is in here. I obviously can't do anything till I'm at -2, so I gotta get up and out. Gonna go to Scarberry since it is Spadef, so I'm hoping that I can take this on. Also, the Kamala is low. Normally I would have gone to the Kamala, but Battle Bond is a thing, so can't let him get the boost up. And unfortunately, that Hydro Pump is still a 2 KO despite me being Spadef. I think if I was max Spadef, that probably still would have been a 2 KO, maybe iffy on rolls. So I don't know. So I'm just gonna go ahead and sack Skarmory right here. Don't really have another choice at this point. And he's Life Form, not the choice spec set that's been floating around. So that's even worse for me in this particular situation because my answer of dealing with him is gonna get shut down by Water Shuriken. So right now things are not looking very good. This man is battle bonded. He's taking Life Orb damage, but it's not enough. So I got my boy Drips right here, and things got to go good, real good. He's actually going to go for the Dark Pulse and not for the Water Shuriken, so that's really good for me. I probably would have been able to live a couple of Water Shurikens anyway, so didn't really matter too much. Unfortunately, my Disguise breaks, which could be bad. But my red card set, which has worked well for me previously, actually works out poorly for me. I forgot that I had the red card. So I go for the Shadow Claw. I think I went for the Shadow Claw predicting him to switch because I've used this team before, so I expected him to know that I was red card. I think that's what I was doing. I don't know. Like I said, I've had this game a little while ago. Because if I just forgot that I had the red card, then I just would have gone for the play rough right there. But yeah, that ends up working out really poorly for me because now my disguise is broken, and now the Greninja gets forced out. So the red card is usually pretty good in most scenarios, but not very good in that particular scenario. And then I try to get cheeky with the Magnezone switch. I don't really have too many other plays. He smartly goes for the Flamethrower and not for the Heavy Slam, allowing himself to get trapped. To be honest, I should have just sacked off Mimikyu and then gone to Magnezone directly from there to get the trap on that, and then I don't know, but then he would have just gone Greninja, so I don't really know. But Salazzle is here, and Salazzle is going to have to put the team right on the back if we want to have any hope of success in this battle. It's looking real grim right now. Game is 4-3. That Greninja still exists. I'm gonna double out to Mimikyu. Maybe predicting... What am I predicting? Who's this? Lucamine 2.0? Is that Nihilego? Yeah, that's Nihilego. So I think I was predicting that. He does have the poison move, and my disguise is broken, so it doesn't really matter too much. I don't think he has it though, so he just goes for Thunder Wave. So I guess that works out for me. To be honest, I don't really know what that sequence was, but like I said, it's gonna end up working out. We get to fire off a Shadow Claw, get a nice crit right there, so now I can go for the follow-up Shadow Sneak. He probably should just switch out there, but he doesn't. He just decides to sack, and just so we could save it as like fodder and get the safe switch to Greninja maybe later in the game. But he is just going to sack. It doesn't really matter too much, and I get paralyzed so he can fire off a Power Gem. That's probably what would have happened anyways if I didn't get the crit, so it all kind of evens out. That's going to die, but it doesn't really matter too much because Greninja's just going to come in here and Greninja's going to be inside. So he's not going to go for Water Shuriken. Maybe he doesn't have it. Not too sure. I'm just going to go for the Shadow Sneak to get off the damage that I can. And he's just going to go for the Dark Pulse and take me out. Now after Shadow Sneak and a Life Orb, he's about 40%-ish, maybe a little bit lower. It's probably closer to like 35, but he's getting lower, but he's not low enough. He is in overheat range, but Water Shuriken, if he has it, can't take me out. He hasn't gone for it yet. So in my heart of hearts, I feel like he does not have it. But he doesn't have it. So I went for overheat right there, but I miss. So the game, we could have brought it back. Because I believe I'm faster than Mega Zam. I can kill Celesteela, obviously. And I think those were his other two mons besides the Greninja. We could have brought it back with Salazzle, but the overheat missed. 10%. And that is what it is. He's gonna go... He said he was being nice. I know him, so he wasn't being malicious. But there was someone in my chat that said that this was kind of BM, him letting me just stay alive. Which, like I said, if it was just some random, I would have thought that this was BM. But like I said, I know Mo. He was just trying to be nice because I hacked them, or he hacks me. But it doesn't really matter too much at the end of the day, because my Komala can't kill Celesteela plus Mega Alakazam. It's just not going to happen. So I go for Wish, trying to get my best chance possible, but at this point the game's dead. So let's think about how this game would have gone had I hit the overheat. Like I said, he had Mega Zam and he had Celesteela. I think it would have been pretty good. I think so. Maybe. It depends. It depends on like what his Celesteela spread is. And then, well, actually no, because I went for overheat. He would have gone to Mega Zam. I would have had to switch. He would have gone back to Mega Zam. Then it would have been another overheat. Or maybe he would have went Celesteela and then Zam. I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. It might have been iffy because of some rolls, but I think we would have had a pretty good chance to pull out with the W. But unfortunately, we did not, and Mo was able to come out. But that's just how the game goes. It's just Mons. You gotta live with it. But so GG's nonetheless, Mo. Like I said, peep his links in the description. Cool dude. And I hope you all have a good day. And peace, guys. We got more games coming up soon.